Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be going over what to buy and what to avoid this week in Grand Theft Auto Online with the new update week that is out now. Before we get into the video, consider dropping a like and subscribing if you guys are new, and also I wanted to mention I have a new community Discord for me and my friends going on right now. Link in the description down below. I know a lot of people have been asking about it, so I just wanted to get that out of the way super quick. Starting us off with the weekly challenge this week, that is going to be to complete 3 of Gerald's last play missions, and for doing that you'll receive $100,000. Now there's a further bonus with Gerald's last play, and that is to complete all of the missions and collect 1 G's cash on the map, and for doing this you'll receive $500,000 within 3 days of completing it. So you may want to consider trying that out. Don't know that I super recommend doing it. It's 500k, but I don't know, the missions are kind of annoying. Anyway, you might want to consider doing it. Now we also do have some Oktoberfest rewards that are going to be available by logging in before October 8th. You'll get a special livery for the Titan 250D if you're interested, as well as some clothing items that you can find under the unlockables for festival stuff. So there you have it. Now, as far as double money and double RP goes, bonus money, everything like that, we have Gerald contact missions on double money and double RP. I'm not really sure what the fixation is on Gerald this week, but yeah, double money and double RP for that. So I guess that's okay. We also do have G's cash, which is going to be on double money and double RP for the remainder of this week. So this is going to pay, I think, 30,000 instead of 15,000 like it normally does. They're kind of a pain in the ass. I don't really recommend doing it, but I mean, it is kind of an easy 30k if you're interested, so maybe consider doing it. We also have Assault on ATT 16 added back into Grand Theft Auto Online this week as well. This is actually a really fun adversary mode, and I would recommend trying it out if you have some friends to play with. For completing a game of this, you'll get around $150,000, and the games last anywhere from like 15 minutes to maybe 30 minutes or so, but it's also a lot of fun as well, so I do recommend trying this out if you never have before. We also have double money and double RP on the Community Combat series, which involves some select death matches and things like that, so try that out if you're interested. For vehicle discounts this week, starting off with the overflawed Suzume, which is discounted by 20% off this week. Not exactly a great discount, and the car itself is not that great either. Now I will say, as far as electric cars go in GTA, this is actually one of the better ones, I would say generally. Now unfortunately it does not have HSW, however it does have a missile lock-on jammer available for it, which is cool. It's decent-ish to drive, like it's pretty good. As far as an electric car goes, like it actually handles pretty well, which is saying a lot because most of them don't. Customization wise, there's a bit of stuff you can do to it, but a lot of the customization seems like it was just ripped straight from the Cyclone 2, the Ocelot Virtue, and the Cyclone 1. Go figure, I guess. It just seems really lazy to me. And you cannot lower the suspension on the car either, not by enough to actually minimize the gigantic wheel gap. So overall, I would say it drives decently for a non-HSW car, but if you think a $2.5 million electric car without HSW seems worth it, you might want to consider purchasing it, but I would say I would wait for a bigger discount on this vehicle because I just don't really think it's worth it, even for $2.5 mil. Scrolling further down on Legendary, we have the Overflawed Entity XXR discounted and the Vapid GB200. Now both of these are going to be 30% discounted. Both of them have engine resistance, which is annoying. Although engine resistance is significantly better than it once was, you will still notice it though. If you have an Overflawed Entity MT, as a matter of fact, the XXR will feel pretty much identical to that car because they copied the code from the XXR onto the MT. Not lazy, but you know, yeah. $1.6 million for this thing is it's kind of a lot in my opinion, especially for the performance you're getting. Customization wise also, there's not a whole lot that can be done to it. And another thing that I've talked about a few times on my channel is the fact that this thing is absolutely tiny. It is so undersized for what it is. It will genuinely piss you off. Your knees will be in the dashboard of the car if you go in first person. I don't know what happened with the scaling of this car, but something happened that was not good. So for those reasons, I don't really recommend the XXR. I just don't think it's that awesome. And if you want a car that's, you know, entity shaped and looks like a Koenigsegg, I'd say the Entity MT is a much better use of your money. For an extra $900,000. You can at least get HSW on it and get a top speed out of it, and with HSW, it makes the car actually kind of tolerable to drive, whereas the regular XXR and the regular non-HSW MT are kind of intolerable, so I would avoid this week personally. Now the Vapid GB200 on the other hand, despite having engine resistance, is actually a pretty fantastic car. It's actually very, very fun to drive. It's all-wheel drive, it has a decent amount of customization, it actually sounds absolutely incredible. It sounds like a true rally car, which is awesome. It's great on-road, it's great off-road, it looks sweet. Customization-wise, yeah, like I said, it's pretty awesome. For $658,000, I think if you're even remotely interested in the GB200, now is going to be a good time to purchase it. I don't recommend it for everybody, but if it seems appealing to you, you should probably buy it while it's on sale now, because I don't think it's probably going to go on sale for a very long time after this. Maybe not even before GTA 6 actually comes out. Scrolling even further, we have the Emperor ETR1 for $1,396,500. This is one of the best handling supercars in the entire game. It's very satisfying to drive. Now, unfortunately, you can only have it in the Dense livery, the Chronos livery, or with no livery, and there are barely any customization options. The only ones that actually exist for the car are the spoiler, and I believe there's a roof scoop option that you can do on the ETR1 as well, and I think you can change one exhaust option as well. So not exactly super customizable. Now, it's very fun to drive. It handles very well once you get up to, you know, say 30 miles per hour plus. This thing's going to go around corners like crazy. It also does have the missile lock-on jammer available for it now as well, which is pretty cool. For 1.4 mil, if you're looking for like a performing supercar that has good handling, not necessarily anything else really about it, this is not a bad car to buy. Now, I don't recommend it for most people just simply due to the lack of customization, the lack of it being like super fast. It's fast, but by no means it's going to win any races in the supercar category. So if you had that in mind, get that out of your head right now, because it's just not going to do that. But it is a fun car to drive. So if it does interest you, I'd say to consider purchasing it. But if you're not interested to begin with, just avoid it. And last but not least, on Legendary Motorsport, we have the Truffade Z-Type, a true throwback for $665,000. I might actually buy one this week. This thing has nothing in the way of customization, but it is a really cool classic car. And if you want it for nostalgia purposes, if you've, been curious about the Z-Type, now is probably the only time it's ever going to go on discount ever again before GTA 6 comes out. I'm actually surprised it's even discounted to begin with, but it also does have the missile lock-on jammer available for it now. So if you want a classy old car, this is definitely that car for you this week. You should absolutely be buying one of these if you're even remotely interested in the Z-Type, guys. If not, though, you can skip it, and really no loss, I don't think. Over on Warstock Cash and Carry, the Titan 250D discount is carrying through from the previous 2 weeks. It's 25% off, so if you want one, buy it. I would say though, if you are a solo player, you are going to absolutely want to avoid this because you're just not going to get the utility out of it that is going to warrant either of these prices. Now, if you do have the trade press, I will say it's a lot more worth it to buy, but again, if you're a solo player, I just don't really think it's worth it. And even if you have friends, you're not going to use this thing nearly as much as you'd hope. So I would be very cautious about purchasing it because it is a huge spend for something that you're realistically probably going to use once and never touch again. So be very mindful of that. With that being said, it is a cool plane. It is significantly faster than the regular Titan once you put the engine upgrades on and customize it and everything. It's very cool looking. It's great novelty wise. It's got a lot of cool features. The guns on it are awesome, but not especially useful. So if you want it for pure fun, then buy it, I guess. But again, if you're a solo player, I would avoid it. And we also have the Benefactor Turreted Limo discounted this week, and I don't really think this thing's worth purchasing. You can use it as a Pegasus vehicle, or you can spawn it through the CEO menu if you have it for free once you've purchased it. For $1,155,000, I just don't think there's enough utility here to warrant the vehicle itself. I just don't think it's that awesome. Now, the windows can take 15 shots from an assault rifle before breaking. The minigun does a lot of damage. This thing can take 2 explosives before breaking up. If you want to know more about it, I do have a video going over the turreted limo and all the features and everything like that. But overall, I would say to probably avoid it for most people, and especially for solo players, because it's going to be really useless if you play solo, because the whole point is the gun, and if you don't have anyone on the gun, what's the point? Plus, the fact that it's a Pegasus vehicle and not a personal vehicle also is a huge minus for this vehicle overall. So I'd say to avoid it for most people. Over on Southern San Andreas Super Autos, we have the Vapid Firebolt ASP discounted this week by 30% off. This thing is HSW-able, so that's pretty cool. With HSW, it tops out at about 140 miles per hour, which is not bad for a pickup truck. Customization-wise, I was pretty disappointed with what could be done to this vehicle, but there are a few things that can be done, so I guess it's better than nothing. I do own one of these. I do have it HSW'd. I think it's fun, but for most people, I'm going to say it's probably not that awesome. It's also not that great off-road for being in the off-road category. It is rear-wheel drive only, so it's not very good at climbing or anything like that. But it does have a missile lock-on jammer available for it as well, and like I said, that HSW upgrade. So if it seems appealing to you, now is a good time to buy it. I don't think it's going to go cheaper than this realistically. So if you want one, I'd say it's kind of now or never, but don't feel too much pressure because you're not really missing out if you don't buy it. Scrolling just a little bit further down, we have the Bravado Hot Ring Hellfire. Now this is the best hot ring car in Grand Theft Auto Online, so if you do want to race in the hot ring circuit races, this is the car to have by far. It's got an air brake on the roof, which is really cool. That's activated just by simply braking, and it will bring you to a stop really quick. It also does have better handling than any of the other hot ring cars, the whole two others of them that exist. So for 1,267,000, I think you'd have to do a lot of hot ring races to justify this thing, but if it interests you, I guess go for it. But for most people, again, I would just say to avoid it. And last but not least, for the discounts, we have the DeClassy Draugr, which is the best off-road class vehicle in Grand Theft Auto Online for racing, for free mode, for pretty much anything. The Draugr will achieve everything you would ever want an off-road vehicle to achieve. It's all-wheel drive, it's very light, it has a lot of power, it's quick. The customization is decent for being a vehicle like this, sort of a side-by-side type of thing. It's a really good vehicle. I swear by the Draugr, it's one of my favorite off-roaders in the entire game, and I would recommend it if you're even remotely interested in off-roading or off-road class racing. This thing is 100% worth it if that's the case. Now, if you don't care about off-roading or off-road racing, you can avoid it. There's nothing that special about it other than just its performance in off-road sort of events and just its abilities off-road. So I'd say to avoid it if you don't care about that stuff, but for people that do care, this is absolutely one to buy this week. Within the casino, we have the Cheval Taipan available to be won for free. Now, the only way I would ever own a Taipan, other than for a video, but if I was forced to own one of these, I would absolutely want it to be free because it's a terrible car. So if you can get it for free, it's worth it, but I would certainly never pay for one. But I guess come to the casino and try to win it, you might as well. Within the LS car meet, we have the Ubermacht Revolter available to be won, and in order to win this, you're gonna have to place top 4 for 4 days in a row, which is crazy to me because they gave away the Entity MT for literally placing top 4 once. But this thing, you have to do it 4 days in a row, like kind of crazy. Cool car, it's all-wheel drive, it's very fast off the line, nothing in the way of customization other than front-mounted machine guns, oddly enough, in the MOC or Avenger vehicle workshops. Try to win it if you can, I guess, but if you don't, you're not really losing out on a whole lot, I would say. Now, within the car meet, we have 3 vehicles available to be purchased this week. One being the Grotti Carbonizaire. You should absolutely have one of these. If you don't have one, you gotta have one. $195,000, not a bad price. We got the Dubachi JB700 non-weaponized here for $350,000. Kind of, it's not a lot of money by any means for what you're getting, but at the same time, if you're gonna buy the JB700, I think you should just get the weaponized variant for like $1.3 million, and you'll actually get front-mounted machine guns that work, as well as proximity mines, which are cool. You can get like spike ones that'll pop tires, you can get oil slicks, you can get, I think, regular proxies, and then one other type, which is really cool. So I would avoid buying the regular JB700, and I would definitely go for the weaponized. I think it's just much better. And of course the BF Bifta, which is, I think, $40,000, $75,000. If you want a dune buggy, I guess buy one. And the HSW test ride this week is the Imponte Arbiter GT, and if you want to purchase this thing like it is right here, it's going to be $2,240,000. I don't really think it's super worth it. I just buy my own and build it how you like, but that's maybe just me. Now, a fair warning, guys, this is probably going to shock you, but we don't have a claimable vehicle in the salvage yard this week. I know that's probably you're probably really confused by that, but yeah, unfortunate. We have the Enos Paragon R for completing the Gangbanger robbery, the Vapid Dominator GT for completing the cargo ship robbery, and the Vapid Click for completing the McTony robbery. So yeah, the black box file is your priority file within the garment factory this week. So if you want to do that, it's on double. All right, within Simeon's, we got a few removed vehicles available in here, starting off with the Lampadaddy Michele GT. Speaking of which, how many times has this thing been available in Simeon's in the last like 3 months? I swear it's like every other week. Anyway, it's way too expensive for what it is. You're not getting a good car out of it. 1,265,000. I would personally avoid that. However, we got the Bravado Verliero. Don't even try Germans, please. I don't even want to hear it. $695,000. I would purchase this. It's a fantastic looking car. It sounds awesome. Customization, there's not a whole lot that can be done, but I just think it's so cool. It's such a cool car. I'd buy it. Enter the XF, for those of you that care, $795,000. That's another cop for me if it's a nostalgia pick for you at least. And the 190Z for $930,000. Pretty cool car, great customization, fun to drive. Not the fastest car ever by any means, but still very good. And the Invitero Coquette for $138,000. Must purchase this week. The Coquette is fantastic. One of the best cars for the money in the entire game, I would say for sure. All right, here at Luxury Autos, we got the Impaler LX, very exciting, and the Overflawed Suzume with an exclusive livery on it. So if you guys are interested in an exclusive livery, that is available. I also believe it has painted black stock wheels, which is kind of cool as well. As far as your gun van location goes, today, the day the video is coming out, it's in this parking garage, which is just south of Vinewood Boulevard right here, or just north of the ammunition. And within the gun van this week, we have the baseball bat free for GTA Plus members and the stun gun also free for GTA Plus members. Other than that, we have the knife, the precision rifle, which sucks, don't buy it. That is on discount this week, by the way, so don't fall for it though, it sucks. Railgun, that is good, I would buy that. L Strickler, not worth it. RPG, if you don't have one, definitely get one. Carbine rifle's good, nightstick is whatever if you want it. Definitely buy it. Proxy mines, stickies, and molotovs are available, and body armor is also available in here as well. Your RC Bandito time trial for today is Construction Site 1. Your Junk Energy time trial is Sewer System. Your HSW time trial is East Vinewood to Vespucci Beach, so that's going to start right there, and it's going to end right here by the end of the Mask Shop Road right there. And your regular time trial is Galileo Park. Anyway guys, there you have it. That has been it for what to buy and what to avoid this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. Unfortunate that we got kind of a terrible week like we've had for the last long time, it seems like. But, you know, we'll take it in stride. Maybe next week we'll get double money on CEO cargo like we've all been waiting for about a year now. So fingers crossed for that, I guess. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video or you learned something, dislike if you didn't, of course, and consider subscribing if you guys are new. Also, join my new Discord. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care. Peace.